27 south out of Clermont, and this is the entrance into Lake Louisa State Park. When I called and reserved our site, because you have to reserve in order to get pens here, they told me that we had to come in off 27 the first time. I guess there's a second gate somewhere, but the first time we had to come in the main gate, so we're here. And it's been raining almost all day, so it's kind of been a crappy day, but a good day to travel. But it is humid, very humid today. Oh, thanks, honey. Thank you for that.
Try to keep the window clean for you.
There you go. So we'll keep you posted on where we go from here. So when we came in the park, did a couple of S-bends, and then there was a right turn. Everything is well signed for where you need to go. So you just follow the road to the Equestrian campground. So that's what we're doing.
You gonna swallow this whole motor on me?
I hope not. So the laneway into the RV park, this is the turn off the pavement. Not sure how big this pothole is gonna be, but it's not too bad. It's got a bit of a dip. But this is like a one-way road in, basically. I can't see two units making it side by side through here. Do you want to veer over a little bit and miss that one? We decided to sell the farm and hit the road. We're on an adventure of a lifetime with our 2 horses, our 2 motorcycles, and our 2 dogs. I'm Rhonda, and this is Jay. We are Pleasure Ride RV. Hit the subscribe button to follow on our next adventure. So this is the road in. When you drive in, there's a vault toilet there. There's a picnic shelter over in front of us there. And then you have to take this. This is all along beside a not crazy busy road, but it's beside a it's beside a road that is behind Bear Lake from the park. So they have 6 paddocks now instead of 5. One is not marked, and from what I can tell, it doesn't have water back there. But from 2, 3, 4, and 5 have water right at the paddocks. So here's the vault toilets. I'll check them out. And it's just your basic vault toilet. So we filled our RV with water. Seems to be farms back here. I can hear a donkey or a mule. So the paddocks start with 1 here, then 2, and then 5, 4, 3's back in the trees, and so is the other one. Oakley wants out. It's so hot and muggy today, but they got a nice fan in there that blows pretty good, so they're not sweating or anything. I am, but they're not. So while he's getting situated, these are the stalls. They're sand-based. They have the cover on top, which is awesome. There's water, like right there, which is another awesome plus. And there's, it's a good size. It's kind of like West Tower. Well, actually, it's a little bit shorter than West Tower. But will definitely do. It works for me. But I see people haven't cleaned up or didn't know what to do with their manure, so they just threw it outside the fence, which I think is kind of rude. But there is no wheelbarrows or places really to put the manure, so I'm not sure where that's supposed to be.
Let's go around this side.
The horses aren't sweating, it's just they're wet because when we loaded them they were soaking wet, but they're dry now.
They were actually wet when they got on.
Yeah, they were wet when we loaded them. Oh, Oakley's gonna try and roll, which is up against the fence. Silly boy. This is crazy. People leaving a lot of hay in a stall that goes moldy and disgusting and it smells is just as bad as leaving a whole stall full of manure. And I don't think that's fair. I don't know why people do it, but I mean,
That's ridiculous.
We have like almost a quarter to half a bale of hay that's molded and heavy and disgusting.
I bet you there's almost between the two stalls there's a whole bale in here.
Yeah, between the two stalls, it's just, that's not right. I mean, if you're coming to stay somewhere, don't you think that you would clean your stuff out? It's not fair for the next people, is all I'm saying.
No.
So we've been here a couple of days. It's rained on and off for the last couple of days, so we've been getting other things done, laundry, shopping, etc., etc. So today we are gonna go for our first ride, see how the trails are here at Lake Louisa, and we'll show you what the trails are like. Oh yeah, and we had to stop the whole world from turning to get some more sunflower seeds there, bud. You two stop. So yeah. So
we're good now.
We're good. We're off. This is our site. We are in site number 5. We put up fence, back up, honey. We put fencing up, which is allowed. You're allowed to put up fencing to graze your horses while you're here. So it's been awesome. Oh, I also want to point out one more thing. Yeah, we have, well, those aren't really our tie-ups, but anyway, I wanted to show something that we do for those that get a little concerned about leaving their horses at stalls. If they have to run into town or whatever. I'm going to zoom in there. We put brand new chain and lock. We bought new chains this year. But we chain our stalls closed when we're not here. So that is an extra precaution that we take. It may not be for everyone, but that's what we do so that somebody figures out that we aren't here, that they can't turn around and just grab the horses and leave. It deters people from ever being able to get them out of there. So, what do you think, honey? We're taking off to the trails, which is behind. See, if you look, we are on kind of like a back road type thing back there. Is back there. And so opposite of the road, behind these last 2 stalls over here is where the trail starts. So I'm gonna grab the trail and have a mighty good day.
I actually think the trail's a little bit over for them.
But there's a trail that runs along behind. See it right there?
Yeah, it's right over there.
It runs along from the day use area behind all the sites here, and then it goes to this last one. They have now 6. So they have 2 paddocks together in 6 different areas. So that's what I'm trying to say, is there's 6 sites that have
2
paddocks in them now. There used to only be 5. The website still says 5, but they have built a 6th one. Now the 6th one does not have water back here.
But they also have tie-ups too.
Yes, there's lots and lots of places that you can camp here with high lines, and they do have water. Over by us, they've got 3 water taps at stalls with tie-ups. So, but the 6th stall does not have water. I checked, I looked around it, but maybe someday in the future, I don't know. Does anybody know what this thing is in Florida? It's almost like a squirrel, but it's bigger, like a lot bigger. I wonder what that is. Never seen one before. I'm gonna have to Google and figure out what that thing is. Oh, it scared Oakley. No, it's gone.
Like a raccoon squirrel.
Yeah, it's like a raccoon crossed with a squirrel. No, they're just scraping up the trail. Somebody out here cleaning up the trails, scraping them up. Come across this little lake. Lake Louisa has multiple little lakes throughout the park.
Gotta watch out for gators.
Yes, and once again, you have to watch out for gators in the state of Florida. And then there's my mossy trees. I like the mossy trees. They're pretty cool. So from what we've seen so far, the trails are mostly like 2-track wide trails. So nice easy trails so far. Good to get the horses out for some exercise. Nothing strenuous.
Welcome to the jungle. Anyways, this is Old Town. This is Old Town. And this way. Your gift shop. How cool is that? Finally got to the gift store. I was already looking.
There's all kinds of gift stores in here.
And they got Walt Disney stuff. The store is just packed full of goodies. Cups, shirts, sweaters.
Turtles. We have 2 neighbors. Oh, she's gonna go in.
Want to stand under there under the rain?
Look at the size of this boy. He was trucking for his house. It's over there in the tall grass. Yeah, it's pretty wet. Made it back just in time.
I was cleaning up the stalls and I seen a spot that sunk in, so I threw some horse poop on it and didn't realize it's actually a turtle's home. So he kind of dug his way out, but there he is right there. That's our neighbor. Right, honey?
That's right.
That's our neighbor. What do we call him?
He's a Star Wars turtle.
A Star Wars turtle.
The water is so black. This is a trail. There's a iguana type little thing. think we're on trail 36, aren't we?
Trail 9, wasn't it?
Or is it 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But we've come up against this nice big long bridge, or wide bridge I should say. Water's running pretty good. Probably from all the rain we've had.
Looks like people are camping here.
Yeah. Primitive camping. Come on. Yeah, and he doesn't like the sound of bridges. Come on.
Huh.
Come on. I know, honey. You're not a bridgey person. Or horsey. The water's moving. Oh. Cheers, honey.
Cheers.
Beauty day. Here's a bridge coming up. Wonder if the horses will even notice it. Yeah, she notices it. It's like, oh, what's that? Water on each side. Oh, goodness. So we've come across this a couple of times here at Lake Louise, and it's kind of frustrating and a little angering. But you have your horse trail sign right there. It's got a horse. It says 19 this way, 1 that way. 1 comes right out of the day use area. But then you got right across from it a sign that says foot traffic and service vehicles only. So, okay, is this where the horse trail ends? Like, what? I don't know. It baffles me. It kind of.
I don't understand why they have a trail and then it just dead ends and it doesn't say anything about it dead ends.
And that's the second time. Yesterday or the day before when we rode, we took a trail, and all of a sudden
They're well marked. They're well marked, but they don't tell you whether you're riding half an hour or whatever, 20 minutes or 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden you run into an area that you can't ride in. So why the hell would they even drag you out over to this
area? I know. We came to one spot where it just dead ended at a road with a fence across it. Like, what was the purpose to that? And then we also rode where we got close to the road, and the park ranger stops us and says, I take it you're on the wrong trail and you got lost. And it's like, well, I didn't think so. Like, I thought we were on the trail. And he says, well, you can't go this way. But yet there was
if you don't want people going that way, why would you have a sign with a horse on it and everything?
Yeah, why would you have a sign with a horse on it and everything if you're not allowed to go that way? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. They're great trails. They're very beginner safe trails, but they don't make any sense to me. So, I don't know. Just my vent for the day.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah, she's venting.
You
can easily get lost because you're not allowed to be on certain trails. And you don't even know it until you're on it. And then you realize, oh, we're not supposed to be on this trail. Well, I don't know.